Hola a todos. En esta clase de práctica vamos a practicar diferenciando tú y usted, ¿sí? Recuerden que tú se utiliza para referirnos a alguien de forma formal de forma informal, el tú es informal o amigable, ¿verdad? Y el usted se utiliza para referirnos a alguien o para hablar con alguien de forma formal o muy respetuosa. Hi everybody, we'll have another practice lesson, and in this class we'll review the difference between tú and usted. Tú is the informal or friendly you, right? And usted is the formal or respectful you. Bien, les voy a ir planteando algunas preguntas que quiero que las traduzcan en español, ¿sí? Y de esa forma vayan practicando cómo se van estructurando las oraciones, ¿sí? Tienen que utilizar la cabeza para pensar y utilizar las palabras que hemos aprendido. So now I will start asking you some questions that I want you to think in Spanish, right? So your mind starts getting trained, trying to quickly find the right words to build the sentences in Spanish, ¿ok? Bien, ¿cómo diríamos en español si queremos preguntar la hora a una persona mayor o una persona que no conocemos en la calle? ¿Cómo preguntaríamos? Could you tell me the time? Or could you give me the time, right? Or could you tell me the time? In Spanish we can also say, give me the time, right? So, if we are speaking to somebody we do not know in the street, okay? Or somebody much older than us, how would we ask, could you tell me the time? ¿Me podría decir la hora? ¿Me podría decir la hora would be the formal way of saying could you tell me the time, right? The time in Spanish we say la hora, which literally means the hour, okay? So could you give me or tell me the hour would be how we say could you tell me the time. Podría is the conditional of could you, could, right? Podría. This ia is conditional form. Me means to me. Could you tell me, right? Decir is the verb to tell, yes, or to say. The time. Esto aquí es la conjugación para usted, la forma formal o respetuosa. So this is the conjugation for usted, which is the same conjugation for he and for she and for it, right? Because usted, the formal or respectful you, is always conjugated the same as you, as he and she. Bien, si nosotros quisiéramos ahora preguntarle a alguien que conocemos o a un niño o a alguien muy joven, utilizaremos el lenguaje informal. If we now want to ask the same question to somebody that we already know, or a friend, or to a young person, right? Then we do not need to use the formal way of addressing that person. We use the informal you. The only thing that would change here is podrías, we add an S. Me podrías decir la hora would be could you tell me the time? Ahora preguntemos a una persona mayor que encontramos en la calle. How are you? How are you? We ask to somebody, an older person that we meet in the street, somebody we do not know, so we have to use the respectful language. How are you? Abrimos el signo de interrogación. ¿Cómo está usted? ¿Cómo está usted? How are you? right? The formal way of asking. Si ahora quisiéramos preguntar lo mismo a una persona de la forma informal o amigable, if now we wanted to ask the same thing in the informal way, it would be like this. Abrimos el signo de interrogación. ¿Cómo estás tú? ¿Cómo estás tú? How are you? Okay? Formal, informal. Right? Ahora preguntemos. Now let's ask. Ahora preguntemos. What do you think about this? Or what do you think of this? Right? Let's ask this formally first and then informally. What do you think about this? Or what do you think of this? What would be ¿qué? Okay? The question word ¿qué? Do you think? The verb to think in Spanish is the verb pensar. But here, when we are asking somebody what does he think about something, we're asking him also, we're asking his opinion. So we can ask ¿qué opina? From the verb opinar, right? Opinar is to think in the sense of what opinion do you have about something. ¿Qué opina usted? Sorry. ¿Qué opina usted means what do you think in a formal way. ¿Qué opina usted sobre esto? Sobre eso, actually. ¿Qué opina usted sobre eso means what do you think about that, right? This means about. Another way for saying about is acerca. Okay? ¿Qué opina usted acerca de, actually, okay? Acerca de eso means about that. So we can say sobre eso or acerca de eso. Sobre means on, right? On something. El libro está sobre la mesa. The book is on the table. But sobre can also be used as about, as a synonym of acerca de. Así que sobre y acerca de son sinónimos en este caso. Aquí, ¿qué opina usted sobre eso? Significa, what do you think about that? If I want to ask, what do you think about this? Instead of eso, I would write esto. Esto means this. That and this. Eso y esto. ¿Ok? Un sinónimo de la palabra eso es aquello. Aquello. Estas dos palabras son sinónimos. These two words are synonyms. Aquello or eso. Ok. ¿Qué opina usted sobre eso? Significa, means, what do you think about that? Pero esta es la forma formal. Ahora preguntemos de la forma informal a un amigo o a una persona que ya conocemos, o a una persona joven. Now let's use the informal way of rewriting the same question to address either a young person or a friend or somebody we already know very well. How would we rewrite the sentence? ¿Qué opina usted sobre eso? Like this. Let's open the question mark. Abramos el signo de interrogación. ¿Qué opinas? ¿Opinas tú de eso? ¿Qué opinas tú de eso? O sobre eso, o acerca de eso. ¿Ok? ¿Qué opinas tú de eso?